members of the winning Millard South Patriots Class A state championship team, Coach Bryce Myers, alongside the big three of Chloe Lemon, Maya Babbitt, and Cora Olson. And Coach, if you would start with some general thoughts on, first of all, the championship.
It wasn't easy. The first quarter didn't necessarily go how we wanted it to, but once we settled in and started being more aggressive to the rim, it became a lot easier for us. We had to settle in and adjust a little bit with fouls and adjust how they're calling the game. And I think the kids did a tremendous job of doing that and staying on the floor and then just getting stops when we needed them. And then obviously you saw fourth quarter, they made some big time shots and some big time plays, which is what they've been doing all year. So I'm not surprised by it, but it's just awesome to see them do it on that stage. So,
Mike, lead off.
Coach, you talked about that fourth quarter. I think Maya hit three-pointers. Just talk about that fourth quarter and being able to hold that lead and pull away a little bit.
Yeah, those three were obviously awesome. And then we didn't really need them anymore after that with about 90 seconds left. So
Stop it!
So we had to call timeout and make sure we were being a little more patient with the ball, up 8 with 90 seconds left or whatever, and they did a great job. Got some stops when we needed them. So knocked down free throws when they fouled us. So it was great to obviously have those, and then we just settle in and be the seniors that they are and finish it out.
How hard was it to manage that fourth quarter with, all the foul trouble, high emotions, and everything like that?
Well, they've played with fouls for 4 years. We've been trusting them to do that. We work on defense probably 90% of the time in our practices of just being clean and whatever, so they know how to do it. They just like to wait till they have 4 fouls. But they did, it's obviously a little nerve-wracking. I had Cora out, I think, for a second, and then I decided to put her back in, and we're going to roll with what we got and trust them to stay out there. So they did a great job finishing it. Didn't make me look stupid.
Jacob, Maya, you were 1 for 7 in the first 3 quarters from 3. Where's the confidence, the ability to catch a fire like that and knock down those big shots? Because those weren't easy shots either.
Yes, my teammates kept telling me to shoot the ball. They always have my back. I knew they weren't going in at first, but I knew we needed them, and I just got my feet set and shot them.
Adam.
Chloe, knowing this was your last game for Millard South, how much were you not only playing for yourself, for your school, but your fellow seniors as well?
Oh, I was definitely playing for my team. I knew that this was going to be the last time that we ever got to step on the court with each other, and we just wanted to make it count. We played well and shared the ball offensively, and on the defensive end, we got a lot of stops, and it wasn't easy, but we got the job done.
Nate.
Cora, what were you seeing inside to be so successful?
For me, not getting charge calls, but basically just focusing on going up strong. That's like Maya's threes, my home's the paint, and so when I'm in there, it's basically just focus and finish and hopefully get to the free throw line alongside finishing.
Adam.
Cora, how bad did you want to get this one for Bryce?
Real bad. All the countless hours that us 8 seniors and Myers have put into the gym is insane. Preseason, postseason, and just knowing how much it meant to Bryce made it more special. Wouldn't want to be coached by anyone else. So.
I got a question for all of you. You can take it down the line. Maybe it's a little too early, but does this title feel the way that maybe you anticipated it would?
I don't know. I guess it'll sink in a little bit, but it's a lot of relief. Just knowing that. I felt we were the best team all year, but I do think that the couple losses we had, I think, helped us because they realized that they can lose if we're not sharp. But it's great. I guess I can't really describe it, but I'm relieved that I'm happy for them that they finished out the way that we hoped it would. Well, that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel real right now. I'm so proud of this team, and we're excited to go celebrate and let it all sink in. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of this team and coached by Myers, and I'm so proud of this.
It's just a really surreal feeling, just going out there, giving it our all, and then coming out with the gold. And I'm just so excited that I got to do it alongside my 2 teammates that I've been playing with for the past 6 years. And we've actually been coached by Myers since 8th grade. So it's a really good feeling to just be on top and finish this one out with him.
Yeah, kind of like basically everything they said. Just to be able to do it alongside one of the best coaches in the state and my best friends on and off the court. It's very special. It's really hard to describe how it feels, but everyone since we lost in the semis freshman year told us we couldn't do it, and we proved them all
We
wrong.
got it done.
Bryce, Lexi, 2 points, but 16 rebounds, played 32 minutes. How important is she to the way that this team works with all the firepower you've got?
It doesn't work without her. She's a kid I give credit to every single time I'm asked about the team. I mean, she leads us in rebounding. I believe she leads the state in assist. No one ever talks about her. She guards the other team's best kid. She's the middle of our press, causes all the havoc, does all the dirty work that nobody, really gets credit for or necessarily sees, and she's incredible. So,
Yes.
big, huge part of our team.
Maya, I know you've mentioned before, you used the word people said that you guys would choke since you've lost the last 3 years in the semifinals. What does it mean just to prove everyone wrong?
It's just awesome to prove everyone wrong. We have so many haters and so many people that just want us to lose and just talk about us all the time, how we can't get it done, and we finally did it and shut them all up.
Can I talk about that for a second? I don't know another group that has done what they accomplished as freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, let alone their senior year. I mean, to say that they choke or don't get the job done. I mean, when they were freshmen, they were literally 12 and 13 years old, and they got to the state semis. I mean, that for them to do something like that and then learn, and then obviously we had 2 really good seniors that year. So they're learning alongside those 2 kids. Then sophomore year, they learn how to do it by themselves. That's a learning curve. That's a huge learning curve to not be bailed out by a couple Division I seniors all by themselves, get all the way to the state semis, which I don't see anybody else doing. And it is what it is. I mean, there's some really, really good teams out here. It's really hard to win. Anybody will tell you to come down here and state and win 3 games in a row is about as difficult as it gets. And even this year, it's not a give me. We played great and whatever, but they finished it and they've accomplished a ton. So, comment about that.
Coach, you listed off their resume, but how much are you going to miss this senior class, maybe more as human beings more than basketball players?
A lot. I mean, I love seeing them at school during the day. They pop in and say hi, or, if they're off block or whatever, I see them, they always stop in and talk or whatever. So I'll miss that. Obviously have that for the spring still, but next year won't have that. So it's great just knowing they're around and, have kids like this that you trust to be responsible and lead younger kids the way they were led as they were freshmen too.
I guess for any of you guys, Lincoln High seemed to get to the free throw line a whole bunch, and otherwise you stopped them most of the time from the field. How difficult was it to play defense against 5 players that can score?
Well, we try to do it every day in practice. They guard each other. We know that they can make their shots they can make that are unguardable. Same with Bellevue West yesterday. We just have to do the best we can to stay in front and contest them, and hopefully we rebound as a team. And if we do that time and time again over the course of the game, we feel like we're going to come out on top if our shot selection on the other side's good. So we did a good job of just trying to stay in front of them. I know we fouled them some, and they're good. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop kids like that from getting to the rim all game long. It's just not going to happen. But we just did it enough times. So.
Bryce, was there a shaky moment in the game for you where you thought maybe this might not happen, or?
No, I mean, we got off to a slow start, but I wasn't concerned about it. I know what we have, and once we settled in, it was fine. We just needed to get back to attacking the basket. There was never a doubt that I was like, oh my God, we're going to lose. But just reminding them that you better start sharpening up on offense, and you better sit down and guard, or you're in trouble.
Yep.
But at the same time, if you would have told me that we would go 1 for 10 from 3 in the first half and be up by 8, I would be shocked by that. So
28 points second quarter, by the way.
Yep.
Quite a few.
Mike?
Kind of following up on that for any of the players, when you were behind by 7 after the first quarter, did anybody say anything or do anything in the
We
huddle?
just knew that we had to stay the course and just come together as teammates and just come together and just do good on the offensive and the defensive end.
Yeah, halftime before coaches came in, we just knew we all had to come together. We knew what we had to do, and if we wanted to win, we knew what had to be done, and we did it. So
We couldn't really make a shot, right away, and that was different from the last 2 games. So we just had to adjust to that and keep telling ourselves that the next one would go in, and we kept telling each other, and it just worked out in the end for us.
We talk a lot about things regressing back to the mean. I mean, if we go 1 for 10 from 3, that just means we're going to hit a bunch later, and that's generally what happens. So it held true today. So.
I guess for any of the players, how difficult was it when Lincoln High cut it to 5 with like 5 minutes left or whatever?
We definitely got a little nervous, but I knew we had it in us to keep pushing it up, and then we got the lead up again, and every time they scored, it felt like we scored too. So just to have that lead going in at halftime and then coming out, we never let it drop.
Yeah, I just feel like going into the game, we knew that Lincoln High was good enough to go on some runs. They had girls who could make big plays, and we knew at some point that was going to happen, but it was up to us if we stayed calm and collected, and we did just that.